me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. But in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shots out to the early birds. I want to make sure that I let y'all get on in here because I want to make sure that you do not miss this live. You do not miss the message. Oh yeah, I got a message for some of y'all. Y'all need to hear this. You need to hear this. Yeah. Yeah. It's going down. What's up, OG man? What it do, OG man? Who is that? What's up, Chris? What it do? Michael Smith, what's good? What's good? Yeah, fam. Man, I don't know what the hell going on with my channel, but I'm just gonna go in, man. You know, they messing with my channel, y'all. They messing with me. They don't want that information to get out there. I guess that's what it is, huh? Anyway, I'm going in, fam. Catch up. So check this out. Lately, there have been a whole lot of conversations around slavery. Yeah, a whole lot of conversations around forgetting about it. Just forget about it. Leave it alone. Let it go. In fact, it's one of the factors that has contributed to the phrase black fatigue. Black fatigue. Fatigue. Yeah, so anyway, they want to know why you always bringing it up. Why you can't just let it go. Why you got to just always bring it up, right? You even got the president of the United States, Donald Trump, your president, who decides to target black museums and other museums that recognizes the history and the legacy of slavery. They're upset that the magazine, that the museums are recognizing the legacy of slavery. They want to make America appear to be something that is not. They want to only tell the good side of America, and they want everything else to be forgotten about. They want to only talk about the strides, the triumphs. The trip part about it is this, fam. If they wasn't actively practicing a lot of the same behavior that was exhibited during slavery and Jim Crow, black people would not be putting it in their face every single day. We would remember it, but it wouldn't be a bone of contention on a daily basis. The reason why slavery keeps coming up is because of the remnants of slavery, the redlining that they continue to do today, police brutality that continues to happen today, the subjugation of black communities, the neglect of the school systems in the black communities, the disproportionate arrests that they make, and the disproportionate prosecution and persecution of black people. All of this are remnants of slavery. The wage gap, all of that is remnants of slavery. So when y'all act like y'all don't know why black people are so angry and why they bring up slavery, you're either stupid or you're stupid. You absolutely understand every other group of people who remember. We remember the Confederacy. You remember 9/11. You remember the Holocaust. Never forget. Remember, that was the slogan when the Twin Towers went down. Never forget. But they want us to forget. I told y'all, America has an anybody but black mentality. Donald Trump decides that out of all of the history that is told in museums across America, that he's going to target slavery. He's going to target that particular issue. He's not going to target the Holocaust. He's not going to go and try to dismantle Jewish history in the museums. He ain't going to do that. Remember, that was a bad, bad thing. So he don't want to talk about that. Let that be. And you know, the what is it called? The National Holocaust, the Holocaust Memorial Museum in DC, where he is. The Holocaust Memorial DC Museum is in DC. There's a Holocaust Museum in Houston, another one in Dallas. They got one in Chicago. They got another one in Florida. I forgot what city. But he ain't taking out none of that history. And keep in mind, all of those museums are government funded. But he ain't doing nothing. He's not doing anything to take away from that. He's not doing anything to get rid of that those messages, to get rid of that part of history.
Thank you so much for thinking of me. I love you.
Yeah, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything to get rid of that history. He is only focusing on black history. He's only focusing on erasing slavery. They want the rest of the world to see only the so-called good part of America. They don't want the rest of the world to remember the America that committed all of these atrocities. They try to act like a slavery wasn't that bad. Let me remind you what they did during slavery for all you dummies out there. You dummies, let me remind you some of the things that happened in slavery. Besides the beatings, the murders, the killing of little children. Did you know that during slavery that they would take pregnant mothers and tie them to the legs of horses. They would take each one of their limbs and tie them to the legs of a horse and beat the baby out of them, and then hit the horses and make the horses run in different directions. If the mother perhaps maybe had a son or a husband who tried to escape, and they would do this in front of all of the other slaves so that they can instill terror in them. They would also put black people in big tubes of water, big tubs of water, hot water, and boil them alive. They did this to babies, men and women. They didn't just rape black women and girls. They raped black men and boys too. If you decided to go on a hunger strike and didn't want to eat, they put metal around your mouth to keep your mouth wide open, and then they take a chisel and bust your teeth out your mouth and force feed you. They sold human beings. They sold us. They sold human beings. You didn't have to even do nothing wrong. You might wake up one day, your family intact, the next day they just sold your daddy to another plantation. Some dude come through, they having a plantation party, he pick out the daughter, he pick out the little girl. She's 7 years old, 5 years old. He get to have his way with her. You protest, you might end up dead. They have one of these old drunk, clown, uncivilized mutts come to town, and he sees something on the plantation he like. Oh, I want her. How much for her? Give me that. Next thing you know, your sister, your brother, your mama, your daddy is on another plantation, and you never see him again for the rest of your life. Now, it would be one thing if it had ended right there. When slavery ended, it would have been one thing if the oppression would have ended with it. It would have been one thing if the subjugation would have ended with it. That would have been one thing. But that's not what happened. It would have been one thing if the discrimination would have ended with it. But that's not what happened. They kept going. They kept running it. They decided, you know what, they're going to say slavery ended, even though we had to have a war to end it. Okay, they're going to say it's ended, it's over. Well, what we going to do, this is what your government did. They paid the slave owners. This is after the slave owners went to war with the country, right? This is after the treasonous slave owners went to war with the country. They paid them for the loss of their slaves. And they put them, the ones who had high positions and high rank in the military, they put them on buildings and schools, and they forced black children to attend those schools. The very same Confederates, the same uncivilized mutts who was fighting against their freedom, they was forced to walk to the front of the school every morning and look at that slave owner's name on the building where they were supposed to go inside of and get their education. Family, this ain't even a drop in the bucket. Y'all know a lot of this already. This is not even a drop in the bucket. So when you think about how they brought the drugs in, how they brought the guns in, how they create chaos and play the victim or they play the hero. Swoop in and play the hero. They create the bad conditions. They let it get so out of control. They sit back and they talk down, they disparage the people that's going through this situation that they created. They disparage them, Oh, look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him. Then they make it so bad that even the people that they colonized and brutalized and did so dirty are begging them for help. Now they get to swoop in and play the hero. And you uncivilized must act like y'all can't see what's going on. You act like you can't see that everybody, here's the trip. Everybody know about the disparities, the wage gaps. They know how, black people get left out of so much because of their name. They know that the police disproportionately target black people and kill black people and write tickets and trap poor people. They know all of this stuff going on, and they'll admit it. They'll admit it quietly, not to us, not publicly. But they know it go on, right? They know it go on. But they want you, and they don't mind if you know it go on. And they know you know it go on. But they want you to suffer in silence. They want you to bend over while they run up in you, and if you wiggle your ass, they're going to call you rebellious. Yeah, that's how that go. So stop playing stupid, you stupid mother. Stop playing stupid, trying to insult our intelligence. It's your arrogance that make you behave that way. Why don't you just shut up? You still mad that black people can look at you in your eyes and talk to you. They ain't got to look at the ground when they talk. Remember, that used to be a thing. It used to make you you couldn't look them in the eyes when you talked to them. You had to look down. And you got a lot of them, they want to have those times. That's why when they say make America great again, that's what they're talking about. So let me say it once and for all. America ain't never been great. Not for us. No more talk.